Hey there, good people of YouTube. Welcome back to the NFL prediction videos with Weepy. We have the NFC North today, so let's get right into the predictions. We have the Detroit Lions up first at my fourth place team. How are they gonna do? I think they're gonna do terrible, really bad. Stafford, unless he has a great season and he doesn't get injured, this team will suck once again. Defense doesn't really have a lot of playmakers. Offense has some receivers and Marvin Jones. Have an okay tight end. I don't remember his name, but he's okay. That's pretty much it. That's it. Lions, week one, they get a win against the Bears. Then week two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, you 1-7. You beat the Redskins though, so it just gives you some more confidence in your season. So you're 2-7. You need to win out the rest of the year to maybe have a potential playoff spot. I don't think they're gonna do that. 2-13. You win the last game because I think the Vikings at this point will rest their starters and give Detroit the win. 3-5 at home, 0-8 away. This team is not looking too good. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I burped. This team will possibly have the second or third pick in the draft. Not the first. I have the Jaguars at first. Maybe second, maybe third. And if I was Detroit, this next offseason, this might sound a bit like messed up, but I'd get a quarterback. Stafford has been injured most of the time for the past his last 5 seasons. I think he's played maybe one full year. I think that was that because a couple years ago the Lions were actually a pretty good team. They were making the playoffs almost every year. 10-6, 9-7 seasons, they were making the playoffs. They weren't getting far, but hey, the playoffs getting to the playoffs is better than ending your season in week 17. But until Stafford is fully healthy and he can play a full season, I don't see these Lions doing shit. So 3-13, you love them or hate them, the Lions aren't doing shit. Bears, Lions, Tigers, and Bears. A team that last 2 years ago had one of the best defenses in the league. Why do I say one of the best? Because technically they were not the best. The NFL had the Ravens at the best defense in the league, and I agree. The Ravens defense they didn't put up as much sacks for the Bears, but they had turnovers, they had sacks, and they were stopping the offense pretty much all the time. Yeah, they had the playoff game. Lamar struggled a bit. The offense struggled a bit. The defense struggled a bit. That's only because they just faced the team they played where they were playing 2 weeks prior. So like the Chargers studied the Ravens and they have to play them a second time. If the Ravens were to face a different team, they wouldn't understand how to beat Lamar. The Ravens would have moved on. And possibly to play in the division, maybe even the AFC champion, maybe even a Super Bowl. So, yeah, we're not talking about the Ravens, we're talking about the Bears. I don't know why I got caught up in the defensive talk, so I'm going to shut up. Alright, week 1, you lose to the Lions. Week 2, you beat the Giants. Week 3, you beat the Falcons. So then you go on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game losing streak. You're 3-6. Now you're 2-7. 2-7. You beat the Vikings. You lose to the Packers. You beat the Lions. You lose to the Texans. You lose to the Vikings. But then you went on out and go 6-10. 6-10. 4-4 at home. 2-6 away. Not too good. This team could have potential if either Trubisky or Foles does well. Trubisky, he had an okay season a couple years ago. Nick Foles hasn't done anything outside of Philadelphia. I had Nick Foles doing well last season for the Jaguars in my last prediction video. I was wrong. I get it. But maybe he can have some success in Chicago. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be the starter. I think they should start Nick Foles over Trubisky though, but that's just my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. The Bears do not make the playoffs. Minnesota Vikings. This team shocked the entire NFL by beating the Saints in New Orleans in the playoffs. That's funny. I feel bad for Drew Brees and the Saints. They just don't. The refs are on their side most of the time, but I think that the Vikings game last season, I think it was a pretty clean game. Just that Adam Thielen's catch at the 1 yard line, like that was the Saints season-ending play right there. Not the touchdown, but the catch, the 40, 50-yard Hail Mary from Cousins to Thielen. And Kyle Rudolph caught the game-winning touchdown and won the game for the Vikings. Kirk Cousins is not a bad quarterback. I think he had a better season than Tom Brady, in my opinion. They might have not won as many games as Tom Brady Patriots did, but they lasted a lot longer than the Patriots. They beat Drew Brees. That's something hard. That's hard to do. Maybe 5 years ago when the Saints were going 7-9 every year, that wasn't hard to do. But nowadays, Saints are all over the NFL. Saints are the best team in the NFC. Past 3 years, they've been the best. Probably not anymore, but we'll see. Vikings beat the Packers week 1. Week 2, week 3, and week 4, they beat the Colts, Titans, and Texans. Week 5, you lose to Russell Wilson and the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. But then you beat the Falcons. 5-1, you lose to the Packers, you beat the Lions, but you lose to the Bears. You go up against your division rivals. All 3 of them in 3 weeks. You beat the Cowboys, you beat the Panthers, you beat the Jaguars. 10-5. 9-3. You lose to the Bucks, but then you beat the Bears. You lose to the Saints in a comeback game for the Saints on Friday night football on Christmas Day. Well, 4:30 p.m. So not Friday afternoon on Christmas Day. I'll be watching this game for sure. And against the Lions, you sit your starters out. You let the Detroit Lions get their 3rd win. Woo! 8-0 at home, 2-6 away. Not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, we're going to the Packers, the division champions. This team shocked a lot of people in the draft when they drafted a quarterback, Jordan Love from Utah State. I don't know about you, but if I'm a Packer fan, I know one thing's on the line: Aaron Rodgers' career with the Green Bay Packers. If he messes up, if he gets hurt or messes up, he is done in Green Bay. Well, he might be a backup. Or he might be like a Brett Favre and go play with the Vikings. If he does play with the Vikings will be really good with Aaron Rodgers. And that'll be funny to watch. It'll be a whole Brett Favre moment all over again. But the Packers, I don't see Aaron Rodgers doing too bad this season. I see him throwing 30 touchdowns, 4,000 yards, maybe 8 interceptions, maybe. Nah, Aaron Rodgers don't really throw a lot of picks. I'll give him 4 interceptions. That's not bad. We'll see what he does, because they lose week 1 to the Vikings in Minnesota. Week 2, you beat the Lions. Week 3, you beat the Saints. Week 4, you beat Falcons. And week 6, after the bye, you beat the Bucks. You beat Brees, Ryan, and Brady back-to-back games in 4 weeks. That's impressive. You lose to Deshaun Watson's Texans. You beat the Vikings. You lose to the 49ers. You beat the Jags. Ooh, sorry. You beat the Colts. You beat the Bears. You beat the Eagles. You beat the Lions. You sweep the Lions. You beat the Panthers. But you lose to the Titans and lose to the Bears. 11-5, 7-1 at home, 4-4 away. That seems reasonable for the Green Bay Packers. They go right back into the division title and possibly divisional or NFC Championship bound. Do I see this team being the 1st seed? No. 2nd seed? Maybe. 3rd seed? Possibly. Maybe even 4th. I don't know. I haven't done my research with any other division, but all I know is the NFC East will be terrible again. That division sucks. But anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in for today's video. If you like this video, leave a like. Subscribe for more. We almost at 1,230. We lost it yesterday in the live stream. If you were in that live stream, then yeah. But anyway, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video later. Peace out, homies. Y'all have a good night, day, and night.